If you're looking for a flashlight to get you through the night, then you might want to check out ThruNite. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I just picked this up. It's a ThruNite flashlight. Obviously, it's not huge. It's in this box here, and I'm excited about this one. This is a TH30 1030, and this seems like it's a really capable, small handheld flashlight here. So, I want to show you what we get here. We get a little instruction booklet. We also get a USB-C to USB-A cord right there for recharging, and a double-ended steel clip here. But you might not need that, because this ThruNite is not just a flashlight, it's also a headlamp, which I absolutely love. Now, first of all, I want to show you here, this ThruNite headband here is pretty serious. This is elastic, but it's not just a band that goes around the side of your head, it will go over the top of your head too. So even if you have a giant head like mine, that'll go over there. And what I love about this is that the center rib here means that the headlamp can probably be a little heavier than normal. And in fact, when you are wearing a flashlight headlamp like this, I think you need to kind of count on that. Now, I want to show you, I want to pull this out here, and I want to show you that the mounting bracket for the headlamp flashlight, I'm going to use those words interchangeably here, is just kind of rubberized. So you can see it's stretching here. You just kind of pull this in and out. It's not easy for it to come out, which is absolutely on purpose so that this thing doesn't fall out while you're doing activities, but you can get it out just like that. I did that real time. But you can see here, these are rubber, so you've got a nice rubber pad against your head, so it's going to be comfortable. But two, it's going to hold it in there and it's not going to mar it up. It also means it's not going to be permanent. You can also adjust this headband here so you can make it a little tighter if you need to. Kind of like my underwear. All right, now here is the lamp itself, and what you can see here is it's kind of like a periscope flashlight. Kind of reminds me of Star Trek. So if I just wanted to carry it around, this would be a great way to carry it around. It's like a little pistol grip, and you can see it fits in my hand here, so I get a good nice purchase on it. So if I put the whole thing in my hand, you can see how big it is. It's not that big, maybe 4 inches long, but it feels pretty robust. In fact, it's a little bit heavy. Most of that weight is going to be battery, because this aluminum case, while it's robust, is usually pretty light. And you can see here that we have a button right on the top, so that's how we're going to turn it on. On this side, we have a little rubber cover. So if I open that up, you can see the USB-C port right there. So that's how we're going to charge it. Rechargeable battery in there. You might be able to see inside here, we have that lens and that LED element. The clip can go on here. So if you just want to clip this onto your pocket or something like that, carry it like a flashlight, your regular EDC flashlight, you certainly can. And then on the bottom here, I think this will twist off here. So I'm going to just twist that off. You can see the little O-ring there. And then the battery, 18650 battery, 3100 milliamp hours. You can see we have little fins on the side here, so you get some nice grip. Now on the top right here, this rubberized button, I'm just going to hit it once. You see the light goes on. If I hit it again, it goes off. So if I hold it down, what we do is we step up through the brightness settings. Woohoo! That is bright! And then back down. Now if I turn it off here and I double tap it, it will go to the turbo setting, I believe. So I think that's the brightest setting, and that is darn bright. So if I turn it off and I triple tap it, what you can see is we get SOS, save our ship. So you can use that as a signal. And then while it's off here, if I hold down this top button just for a couple seconds, it is barely on, and that's your Firefly mode for reading maps, those types of things. Keeping a real stealthy profile. Goes off. And the cool thing about this is it has memory. So if I just hold this down here and go up to this higher setting, turn it off, and now turn it back on, stays at that higher setting. All right, now, like I said, the best part of this to me is that, yes, you can use it as a regular flashlight, but I would almost always carry it in this thing, right? So that you can put it on your head and use it just like a headlamp. And the great thing about this is it'll rotate. So if you want the beam to be thrown farther out, you can rotate it up. If you want it to be closer to your feet, you can rotate it down. And so I really like it. It's actually more versatile than a lot of dedicated headlamps, to be honest. And so these are fantastic. And the big benefit of headlamps is that you just have a hand free. If you're doing things with your hand, you're working, you want a headlamp. If you're in a fight, you definitely want a headlamp. And if you're eating an ear of corn, you want a headlamp. So now that we've checked it out, let's try it outside. All right, I'm out here. It's a little cold, snowy, and chilly, and I've got the headlamp on, so I thought we would just try it out because I want to show you this Firefly mode. So I'm just going to hold it there, and now you can see it go on, right? And it's a very low light mode, but like I said, it's perfect for just being able to take a look at a map quickly, not screw up your night vision, have your pupils dilate or something like that. So if I turn it off, okay, now I'm just going to turn it back on, and here we have a perfect light for hiking around here. And if I hold it down, we'll go up to this mode, and I'm just gonna send it out a little further because that is too much light right on my feet here. So, and this is probably good for like 20 feet out in front of you. This is pretty bright, pretty big flood here. Hold it down again. And then if I hold it down again here, we're gonna go to this bright. You can see how big of a flood pattern. I mean, this is putting out a ton of light, lighting up those trees right there. I think this is a couple thousand lumens it advertises itself at. And then if I double click, we should go to that turbo mode. So you can double click at any point, go to that turbo mode. Now this turbo mode I think is over 3,000 lumens. And you might be saying, you know, yes, that is really stinking bright. I mean, look, it's adjusting to my hand there. It's overexposed. But it's not just that it's throwing out a lot of light. It is throwing a lot of light everywhere. And this is just on my head. So I've got my hands free here. One hand holding the camera, one hand out here doing things. And so, yes, I could go exploring with this. Now, I don't want to run it in turbo mode forever because I think it'll only last a couple hours on a full battery. So if I just go back here to a regular high mode, and this is more than you would absolutely need. But pretty cool. I can go out exploring here in the winter, in the snow. And this little guy is going to go with me. So if you need a flashlight on your next adventure, which you should absolutely have, and you want a headlamp, which you should absolutely have, why not get both? If this is going to make your outdoor adventures a little bit better, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper.